How much does it cost to build your SaaS application? Hi, this is Volodymyr, and today I want to share with you the answer to the question, how much does it cost to build my SaaS app? The question that is a true nightmare to all of the software companies and agencies that you've probably worked with in the past years. And the reason for that is different mindset and different understanding of the goals. But before we jump into too much details, I want to ask you to follow or connect with me on LinkedIn and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I'm posting a lot of high-level content for SaaS entrepreneurs to strategize, build, and monetize their SaaS applications. If you want to be successful in the long run, you gotta stay committed. So hit that follow button and let's get down to it. Whenever people reach out to me with a question, Volodymyr, but how much does it actually cost me to build this app? My answer is usually, I don't know, how much you're planning to generate with it in the next 12 months. You see, there are 3 different levels of software development services, and all these 3 levels are very different in terms of what it costs you and what are the outcomes you can get by the end of your project. The first level of software services is an entry level, is usually freelancers or some beginning agencies. And this relationship can be described as, from your side, there's a particular list of features, technical requirements for your project, and people will just estimate how many hours, how many development hours it takes to build it, and therefore they can give you a specific quote. You see, this is almost like you're renting people to build stuff for you. The challenge with this level is, obviously, people are not going to ask you too many questions. So you gotta be very technical about what you do. And the outcomes of this kind of service, the quality of them, are in direct proportion of how much of a technical person and project manager you are, how much time you're willing to dedicate towards this project yourself. But it is very, very affordable, and it can probably be done. Almost any kind of project that can be done on entry level can be funded within 4-figure budgets. The second level of software services is what I call the mid-level. It's not just how to build an app, but how to build a good app. You see, now a portion of technical expertise is transferred to your service provider. They will be asking you questions of like, okay, here's those 2 features, but exactly how you want it to work. Is it this outcome? Is it this outcome? See, now people are concerned about the scalability, about the performance of app, and how to make it so it tailors to your needs. At this level, you can be somewhat technical, or you can have someone on the side to consult you, but still there has to be a business understanding of SaaS app in your mind and how exactly you're going to deliver a quality experience to your end users. The third level of software services is what I call expert level, is where quotations per hours invested are not really applicable anymore. You see, at this level, at the third level, we're not even speaking about the software itself. The conversation that we're having, the subjects, are all about end users. What is the problem specifically that we're solving? Who's the target audience? And how we can make sure that we adjust the solution so that they feel the most satisfied, so the competitors are not even on their radar. You see, when we speak about features, we're purely speaking because of the user experience, not for the sake of software. We know software is meaningless unless it solves a particular problem. And at this kind of level, I recommend investing 10 to 20% of your expected annual revenue. So let's say you know that with your marketing plan, you can generate $100K in the next 12 months. It's quite rational to invest $10,000 to $20,000 in making this work flawlessly. At the same time, if we're speaking about 7 figures, maybe 100 to 200K is also reasonable. But Volodymyr, can I just use this 10K service? I mean, it's essentially the same thing, right? The problem at this stage is there are much higher stakes. 100K and $1 million is a whole different levels. And risking that much to lose everything, to break the software in the middle of sales, is not recommended, right? So this additional 20, 30, 40K invested into making sure that the user experience is right, that everything is working flawlessly, that we've tested it 100 times. This prevents from failure, because when the stakes are high, even the small mistakes cost you a fortune. So why don't we invest enough in the beginning to make it work, instead of, just bleeding money as we move to the marketplace? One thing I want to ask you about is not to take my words out of the context. You see, when I say that it makes sense to invest 100K in a $1 million project, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to do it with your individual freelancer you found on Upwork, right? They're just not the best fit for this kind of project, for this kind of SaaS business. And obviously you will need to find a relevant software vendor, a tech partner even. And I have a whole video about that. You can find it in the comments if you're on LinkedIn, or here if you are on YouTube, where I cover specifically what kind of questions you can ask to qualify a person for being a tech partner in your SaaS business. So make sure that not only you adjust the budget, but you also adjust the people you work with. If you find this video helpful, make sure to like it and let me know in the comments which topic you want me to cover in the following episode. If you're considering building your SaaS business, make sure to send me a direct message so I can connect you with one of my team members to talk about this and help you discover potential pitfalls and small aspects that will help you get on the right path. Until next time, I'll see you in my next video.